Good afternoon, everyone. This is your friend from that one time, JT, and I am really excited to be doing this video today. A little over a year ago, I purchased a set of wheels from a company called Maple Wheels. It was either their first or second stock, I don't remember 100%, but it was right around the time they started to gain a following on Instagram. After promptly receiving the wheels and a few weeks of testing them, I decided very quickly that they were my favorite wheels, and I decided to do a review on them. Maple FB wheels. Got these wheels a couple weeks ago. They are fantastic. Very, very grippy. These feel awesome. They don't seem to squeak a whole lot. Squeak isn't important as long as they grip. I like these a lot harder, but not too hard. My favorite wheels. Exactly what I'm looking for in a wheel. The price point. Can't beat these. Excellent feel, look great, can't go wrong. Big shout out to Maple FB wheels. It was a short review, but it was straight to the point, and I said just about everything I wanted to say about them. After that video went live, I was contacted by @MapleFBWheels on Instagram, and he thanked me for the honest review. He offered to send me another set of wheels. I told him that's not really necessary, and I told him I'd just like to purchase another set of wheels when his next stock comes out. A couple of limited stocks went by after that, and I kind of missed out on my chance to get any of them. They just kind of sold out before I could, make a purchase. Shortly after that, the Maple FB Wheels account on Instagram fell silent for a short time. I continued to use my original set in the meantime, and I still loved them. They were fantastic. They still are. On that note, I actually still have them and do still use them regularly. They're right here. They're still great. I still don't really have any issues with them. The only issue I've had is that one of these has very minor bearing slip, but it rarely ever actually slips out, and when it does, it just pops right back into place. I've heard of other people having some bearing slip issues on these first and second gen ones, but I've never experienced it myself. So after a few months of silence, Maple FB Wheels came out of the blue and started posting up pictures of the new shape, bigger, thicker, and it looked like maybe a softer urethane. I immediately contacted him about the new wheel design. He reached out to me just about right away and asked me if I wanted to do some product testing and eventually a full-scale review on his new shape. So after a little bit of vague discussion on the topic, I agreed to do it. I gave him my address, and in a couple of weeks I received 3 brand new sets of Maple wheels. These were a prototype for his new shape and new urethane formula, so I was right about the softer urethane. I actually have a set right here. They are still pretty well intact. So I gave him a few weeks of testing, and I absolutely loved them. The function was absolutely fantastic. There were a few design issues that I did notice, so I did bring those up with Maple Wheels. So I want to take a minute, let's just go over the pros and cons of the prototype wheels that Maple sent me. The pros are, they were grippy, squeaky, for all of you real feel guys. They're smooth, so just like great overall performance. The size wasn't too big or too small, just right in the middle. Great spread of colors, and the realistic shape. They look like real skateboard wheels. So the cons for the prototype wheels, that there was some bubbling around the edges. There was some ridges on the inner and outer edges. 1 out of the 3 sets of wheels that he sent me had bearing slip, just the whole set. And there was some slight chipping on one of the wheels after I did some cleaning on paper. So I contacted @Maple FB Wheels and just kind of let him know about the issues I was having with the wheels, and he responded just kind of thanking me for an honest review. Again, he let me know that he's working on a new formula and a new design with better bearing lock and more stable urethane mixture that would retain its shape better over time. So I continued using the prototype wheels. I actually used all 3 sets pretty rigorously. I used this set the most by far. They did experience a little bit of thinning, but they didn't ever lose their shape. They just kind of got a little thinner, and I was also using these on a rough concrete park, which you may have seen in some of my other videos. That being said, I still actually haven't stopped using these wheels, and they also haven't broken down to a point where I can't use them. They're still perfectly round, and you can still see some of the imperfections that were there from the beginning, but I haven't had any functional issues with this set in particular. In fact, this is one of my primary setups, and it will be appearing in my full-length part later this year. So a month and a half to 2 months later, I get a message from Maple FB Wheels on Instagram asking me for color suggestions. I gave him a list of different colorways that I think would be cool, and some single colors that I also think would be cool for some of the fingerboards I've seen around and what people might like. He messaged me again a few days later letting me know that he's going to be producing some of the colors I suggested, and also asked me which two I would primarily like to see the most. I let him know which colors I wanted to see the most, and he asked me for my address again. A few weeks later, I received a package from Maple FB Wheels containing 2 sets of wheels of the colors that I had suggested, both of which looked amazing. One of them was a red, white, and blue swirl colorway, and the other one was a royal purple labeled as grape. I still have yet to open the swirl set. That's because I'm going to be using them for something later. You'll see it soon. I did, however, open the grape set, and I've been using them a lot over the last few weeks, and I'm ready to do a quick little pros and cons list for these guys. So for pros, smooth enough to slide and soft enough to grip. There's no noticeable imperfections on these. They don't have the ridges or the bubbling that the prototype set had. These are much more aesthetically pleasing. You can see there's a slightly thicker shape on the inside of these ones. Added bearing locks, so there's no more bearing slip. I've been testing these for a few weeks and I skate them pretty heavily, and I haven't had a single bearing slip on me at all. The colors on these new ones are just super vibrant. They just look really, really nice. They also have a very realistic feel. They do squeak like everybody wants them to. As for cons, I have none yet. I haven't actually had anything bad to say about these wheels. I have no complaints. It's fantastic. The improvements made by this company over the last year have been what I would consider a crucial part of designing like the perfect fingerboard wheel. Anybody looking to start a wheel company should definitely look to this story of Maple Wheels as a guideline for how to improve on the quality of your product and how to listen to your customers or the people using your product and use that rather than just shrugging it off as so many do. This is the first set of fingerboard wheels that I haven't had any issues with, so I'm thoroughly impressed with them. They feel great. Based on the last year that I've been using his wheels and watching the improvements, I don't see any chance that they're gonna get any worse. So moving forward, I have to say that this is going to be a great product. I'm gonna keep playing with them. I'm probably gonna buy myself a couple more sets of these out of their next stock just because I love them so much, and I don't have any other wheels that I want to use as much as I want to use these ones right here. I also want to end this on another huge shout out to Maple FB Wheels. Go check them out. The dude's super nice. These wheels are amazing. Thank you so much for doing such a great job on these and producing a significantly lower cost product that is just as high of quality, if not higher quality, than some of the bigger name brands out there. The community has suffered a long time from a lack of good wheel companies, so your efforts are a huge contribution, and I don't think anyone else thanks you, so I want to give you that thanks because these are absolutely amazing. Cheers, everybody.